Hello everybody and welcome back to Red Devils TV. Now this is part 2 of the video. So yeah, like part 1, the video was just way too long to record. I just thought that for your benefit as the viewers, just splitting up into 2 different parts of the video. So yeah, enjoy the second part of the video and I'll see you in the next one. Midfield, only one that comes to mind. I was going to say 2, but I'm just going to say 1. I'm going to say Fred. I just think Fred, he has to really impress. He's currently not playing in the first team. He's on the bench. He'll play every now and again for 20 minutes, but I just don't think he's good enough. I just think he's going to be in the Europa League squad all season, and he doesn't have the ability to drop Eriksen. He doesn't have the strength or passing ability to be a holding midfielder like McTominay is currently and Casemiro. So, yeah, I just don't think that Fred is good enough for Manchester United. I think that, again, he's a player who needs to impress if he wants to stay at United. The other midfielder who I was sceptical about talking about, which is Donny van de Beek, because even though he's been injured at the start of the season, I've seen reports that Van de Beek's supposed to be going to Italy I think it's either Inter Milan or AC Milan. I know it's one of the Milans, but I'm not too sure. But Van de Beek, just the way he's been treated is a disgrace, to be honest. He didn't get played under Ole. He hardly got played under Rangnick. He didn't get played under Rangnick, actually, because he went on loan to Everton. And then under Ten Hag, he just hasn't been played. And obviously, I know he's been injured, but Ten Hag not created him, that's weird. But Ten Hag made him the player that he was supposed to be. He's the player what we bought him for. And he was one of the Ballon d'Or nominees the season before we bought him. Like, obviously he got nowhere near the Ballon d'Or, but I think he was in the top 30 or something like that. I think he became like, I'll put the position he got nominated for. But I just feel so sorry for Van de Beek, because I'm just hoping that he comes back from his injury and is just fighting to stay in the squad, because I loved on it. I feel so sorry for him. And when he does come on, for whether it's the 5 minutes that he comes on for or when he actually does play about half an hour, I honestly think he does improve the game. And I think that he could make a shift of what Eriksen does at United, where if Eriksen gets injured or Eriksen needs to come off for his stamina, for example, because obviously Eriksen's a very crucial player at United at the moment, I think Van de Beek could be a very good second player to help out Christian Eriksen in that number 8 role. But maybe he could also do what Bruno does and play in the number 10 role. Who knows? But anyway, forwards is a tricky one, to be honest. I would say Anthony Martial, because he didn't have a very good loan spell at Sevilla. He's been injured twice already this season, in pre-season and when the Premier League started. So he needs to have a good season when he comes back. He just needs to stay fit and hit the ground running, to be honest. I really rate Martial, by the way, and it'd be a shame to him to go, because I know he's a very good quality type player. He's the only striker we've got that can play back to goal, which is a really important thing to have in your squad. But I just think if he doesn't have a good season, he's gone, because I don't think a golden boy like Rashford, I don't think Sancho will go anytime soon. So I just think Martial's been here long enough now, and he's just got to have a good season. He's got to impress Ten Hag, but that's just my opinion. So I think for the starting 11, that's and the bench is the only players that have really come to mind. I think Ronaldo will leave. I don't want to be talking about Ronaldo, to be honest. I think Ronaldo will leave at the end of the season, whether it's January or the end of the season. I don't think he'll extend his contract whatsoever. I just think he's got to do what Messi's doing at the moment, because everyone that's a Messi fan won't shut up about Messi, where he's just like, he's the best player in the world, this and this, even though Messi, what was it, he got like 4 goals last season, but his assists made up for it. Come on, like, no one cares about who makes the goal. They care about who scores the goal. That's a saying that I've honestly just come off the top of my head. It probably has already been said because I'm not probably going to be the first person to ever said that. But people go there to see the goals. People don't go there to see the saves. They don't go there to see the assists. They don't go to see the tackles, the defending, nothing. They go to see, like the average fan goes to see people who score goals. And that's why majority of fans, their favourite players are the strikers. People like me who actually really love the game and appreciate what every single player does, that's where I respect players like Ronaldo. But for me, Ronaldo just has to go. And I've made videos on Ronaldo in the past, but I just think Ronaldo's time's up and he should just honestly go to the Portuguese league, maybe go back to Sporting Lisbon, maybe go to the French league and just stack up your tally. End on a high with club goals, break that all-time record, make it impossible for players like Erling Haaland and Mbappe to ever break, and just go and live out the rest few seasons you've got left in you, because I honestly think you don't belong at a place like United where we're in a rebuilding stage. If we're in a great position like City, where we're already a finished article, and then you've got you're just adding that cherry on the cake. You already made the cake perfectly. You've already done your icing, your cream and everything. You've done all the design. What am I saying? What am I talking about? Ronaldo should have been that cherry on the cake. And it's literally like Haaland is at City. City were already pretty much dominant and unstoppable, but now they've got Haaland. Like, if they don't win the Champions League this season, then honestly, for me, it's a failed season for City, but we're not going to go into City. But I honestly think, like I was saying about Ronaldo should have come in at his age and should have been the final product for Manchester United. But we brought him in, relied on him way too much. We brought him in and just expected so much of him, and it's ruined him, and it's ruined his stature as a player, I think, where so many United fans now are getting sick of him. So many United fans are doubting him. He is the GOAT. He is one of the greatest, he is the greatest player of all time. He is the greatest player to ever put on a Manchester United shirt. And even though his main years of his footballing career was at Real Madrid, it doesn't matter. United was what made him. United was when he won his first Ballon d'Or. And it's just a shame to see how Ronaldo has fallen. And I just think that it's just his time to go. So, like I said at the start of the video, this bit of the video is going to be talking about players that need to go, not the players where it's their last chances. But that's just my opinion anyway. So we're talking about a few other players that are currently on the wage bill, who just need to go, who are just dragging, who are never going to play, and just draining extra money from the club that don't need to be spent, to be honest. So we'll just make a quick fire on that part. So I'm going to go for Tom Heaton. I'm going to go for Axel Tuanzebe. I'm going to go for Phil Jones. I'm going to go for Brandon Williams. Midfield. There's actually not that many midfielders, is there? Apart from youngsters. So no. Forwards. There's no really any forwards, is there? No. So they are them 4 players who just don't belong here. Is how I can put it. The players that don't belong here is Tom Heaton, Axel Tuanzebe, Phil Jones, and Brandon Williams. They're the players who I think just aren't good enough for Manchester United. They're never going to play, and they just might as well leave. So I'll go into a bit of depth about them, actually. So Tom Eaton, obviously, for me, just isn't a good enough backup goalkeeper. That's all I need to say, to be honest. You don't really need to talk about too much. He's, 36, 37? He should be somewhere in the Championship or League One. I don't know why we bought him, to be honest. But anyway, Axel Tuanzebe. I do feel sorry for Axel Tuanzebe, to be honest, because he's had a few loan spells. He hasn't done very well. The only memory of Axel Tuanzebe in United shirt I have is when he had that great night in PSG where he pocketed Mbappe and then pocketed Neymar. And he's a very exciting centre-back. Well, he was, but the guy is now 24, nearly 25. He's not a youth centre-back anymore. He's a player who's failed at United, and he just has to go. So it's just, the truth hurts, to be honest. Phil Jones, don't need to even talk about Phil Jones. He's just a player who's been here for way too long. I think he's just doing what Gareth Bale did to Real Madrid, to be honest. Not playing, not moving, loving that paycheck that comes in every single week. And yeah. And last but not least, we're going to go for Brandon Williams. Just an arsehole he is. I don't like Brandon Williams whatsoever. That interview he gave the other day, I just found it hilarious, to be honest. I don't know if he was drunk on a night out. I don't know if he was just caught in a bad day. I don't know. But for what he said was just stupid. It honestly made me laugh. But for a player who had such a poor loan spell at Norwich last year, like Brandon Williams and Dean Henderson are like perfect examples. Players with too big of an ego who have played shite at relegation clubs and think they're Manchester United quality just because you came through the academy. Now, is that their fault? Maybe not, but also maybe, because don't forget it's their career. They're the players that shouldn't just accept, oh, I'm not playing, so I might as well just sit on the bench or sit on the reserves, whatever. Like, don't be so arrogant and so lazy. It just hurts my brain that these players, just because they're at Manchester United and think they've made it. You've not made it until you've won trophies for Manchester United. You've not made it until you're having having passionate fans singing songs about you. You're not a Manchester United player until you've engraved your name in history. That is when you're a Manchester United player. Not because you get brought in for a high figure or you come through the academy because you got lucky, because you were a good footballer when you were a kid. That's just what I've got to say, to be honest, about players with big egos at Manchester United. Just because you get brought in, they automatically think they've made it. They get in all the money, they get in all the fame. But to Manchester United fans, and I can't speak for all Manchester United fans, but for me as a Manchester United fan, the way I see a Manchester United player is players who make an impact. Players who, like I've said, get songs sang about them. Players who fans love. Players who care about the club and are passionate and will die for the shirt. And that's what this club's been missing for a long time. We've filled up our dressing room and allowed our dressing room to be run by toxic people who are just big egos and just aren't good enough. And that's where I think Manchester United, as a club, when it comes to players, have failed. Now, I know the Glazers haven't backed Manchester United for a long time, but for me, at the end of the day, that is when United have failed their players, by letting players like Brandon Williams, Dean Henderson, your Jesse Lingards, your Paul Pogbas, I could go on. Them players who are toxic and aren't good for this dressing room just need to be exterminated from the club. And you know what? If no one comes in for him in January or the summer transfer window, just terminate the contract, because I can promise the Glazers, even though you'd never watch this video, I can promise you that it will make Manchester United a better club. But anyway, Glazers out. I hate you all. Anyway, no, I got a bit into detail there and a bit passionate, but I'm a passionate United fan. That's why I'm doing this YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm just hoping that we can grow this channel. And I just appreciate whatever happens on this channel, whether I'm getting 5 views a video or 100 views a video. I don't care. I love making videos. I love talking about United, and hopefully one day I can collaborate with other United YouTubers that are as passionate about myself. So yeah, thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate you tuning in. I'm going to make a video later today as well with talking about England. I just think that I'm just going to go over England quickly. I'm going to watch the match, maybe not. Actually, I don't know. I'll scrap it. Actually, I don't like international football. But anyway, no. Thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate all the support as always. So yeah, this video was longer than what it was supposed to be, but I just think it's a video that isn't talked about enough. Players and their last chances and players that need to go. But anyway, thank you for watching today's video. I really appreciate all the support as always. Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share. And yeah, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.